I'm wearing clothes. Okay, second of all, you're probably gonna see some form of chocolate on your girl. You might see it on my shirt somewhere. And child, just disregard that because your girl has 6 kids at home, child. Okay, mom life up in here. And did I just spit? Look, it's been a rough week. A little rougher for others, and we're gonna talk about that today. So let's get into it. What's up, y'all? Your girl Sande, and yeah, y'all, we back up in this motherfucker for another motherfucking video. How y'all living, fam? I hope you're having a great day, great night, great week. Whenever y'all are watching this shit up in through here. And as y'all can tell by the title, we have a few things to talk about. Kim and Kroy and all the hot messiness express. Y'all, they going through it, child. We gonna talk about that shit today. Let me go ahead and adjust y'all first and foremost. Okay, I like to see a little bit more melanin. How y'all living, y'all? I told y'all my ass was gonna come back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we back up in here. Okay, and we gonna go rap. Look, I gotta go. Look, it's lack of sleep, child. Okay. We gonna rap and taste about a few things that done came out just recently about your people. Let me adjust y'all again. Look, we gonna do this. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit better now. Y'all, first of all, okay, I'm gonna get into that later. We gonna talk about Kim and Kroy, cause child, they got a lot going on. Okay, if y'all have not heard the tea, okay, Kim and Kroy are going through the nastiest divorce ever. Okay, there's a few people that have some nasty divorces going on. Okay, Drew. Okay, Ralph, right? But Kim and Kroy have been going through it, and child, it's just drama. Okay, so the latest and the greatest, according to page 6, is that now Kroy is begging the courts to allow them to sell their home, their $3 million home, to pay off these debts they owe, okay? Simply because of the fact that 1, they can't keep up with the payments, and 2, they done missed the payment, I guess, in July, and they're facing foreclosure yet again. You guys, they have faced foreclosure many a time, okay, over these last couple of years, right? It's been in the media, it's been in the news, and all of that. By the way, all the shit I say in this shit is alleged. Okay, y'all know how we do. Alleged, blanket that shit over the entire channel, child. So y'all, Kroy is asking the courts to allow an emergency sale of their home. Essentially, he wants to put the house on the market to pay off all the debt they owe, okay? And y'all, just recently, right before this, the cops are called, okay? Just a few days ago, it was reported that the cops are called to the house. I guess he done kicked Kim out the house, okay? And in all of that, they done got a phone call because they were having it out, okay? Right before that, they allegedly were trying to reconcile things. At least that's what they try to make it look like, okay? Which I don't believe none of that shit, to be completely honest. I think that was just a whole facade, right? Because they're going through a really nasty divorce. And at the end of the day, the shit's expensive. I don't even know what that was. That was Jayla's iPad. Disregard that shit. Look, they are going through an extremely messy divorce, which you already know divorces are expensive as all get out. And they can barely afford the electric bill, which is one of the things that they talked about in said story, okay? So allegedly they owe, let's see, they owe the electric bill. You already know, and if you don't know, you finna know, they have over $1 million owed to the IRS. They've got gambling debt because Kim is a big time gambler, okay? They have Saks going after them for $150,000. They got Amex bills. Kim is being sued by Amex, I think, for over $200,000. Brielle has her own Amex card, and I guess she's being sued for a certain amount too. Let's see, over $12,000. I mean, they got car payments they ain't paid for. Kroy's worried about losing his $400,000 car. Child, it's a whole hot mess express, okay? There are so many things going on in this situation. Now, as usual, when I go through this story, holler at me down below. Let me know your thoughts on the entire situation, okay? But yeah, at this point, he done kicked Kim out the house. They had the cops called, okay, just a few days ago, and now he is begging for the courts to allow them to go ahead and sell this home. The home itself is a $3 million mansion. You guys have seen it featured on Don't Be Tardy for the Party, okay? And y'all, he wants to sell it because he thinks it's gonna help them get out the debt. And to be completely honest, based on just a few things we know of how much they owe, it don't look like that shit's gonna happen, okay? Because the reality is, I highly doubt they are going to get a full $3 million for that house. Not even necessarily that, but Lord only knows if they took out any money from any equity in the house, if they had any, you know what I mean? And just how often they took anything out, and just how much they would get back if they were to sell the house, to be completely real. And look, anything at this point is going to help them in this situation. Now, y'all, here's my biggest problem with this entire situation, okay? First and foremost, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. At first, when they got together and they got married and, you know, they had their show and all that stuff, I felt a little bad for the brother, because I felt like it was gonna end up disastrous. I don't know if any of y'all feel me on that. If you do, holler at me down below. Let me know if you felt the same way. I'm not saying that he's, you know, naive or whatever, because he's a grown as fuck ass man, okay? And he clearly knows what he was getting into. He was gonna deal with the cameras and all the bullshit. And, you know, Kim is just grandiose and extra and completely delusional, okay? But I don't think that he knew he was going to be in this situation, okay? But now, years later, I'm wondering why the fuck you took so long to get the fuck out this shit. I know you had to have seen the signs earlier on that she was, you know, gambling like a motherfucker, that y'all were living too high on the hog, that y'all were spending more than you should have. I have to wonder, Kroy, bro, when you were buying a $400,000 car and y'all were spending money on the Amex, I'm sure Kim's not the only one that was spending money, okay, because you were in this marriage too, right? Or if you weren't spending any of that money, you knew what money was being spent. She was bringing home the purses. Brielle was coming home with all the stuff or whatever. And I'm not blaming the kids, okay? But clearly, you know what I mean? They got a lot of high-end, expensive-ass shit, okay? I know you done seen the purchases made. I know you see the shit that Kim does. My thing is, why in the world didn't you stop that shit before? Why didn't you leave earlier? Why did it take till now? Till y'all are up against a wall, right? To finally say enough is enough. Like, oh, I mean, was the vajayjay that good? Like, y'all, okay, look, I'm convinced that maybe she just has some good cat. Because I know whether I'm a man or a woman or whatever the case may be, child, I ain't staying in no damn marriage, okay? Dealing with this type of shit, unless, you know, it's kind of good. I mean, you know, I might stick around for a little bit longer, you know, maybe a few months longer, you know. I mean, just give me a cup, yeah. I have to assume that she got some good cat. Because, honey, I wouldn't have stuck around for none of this shit. I wouldn't have stuck around for my name being drug in the mud. I wouldn't stick around for my name being attached to all this debt. And I'm not saying that he is innocent at all, not by any stretch, because I'm sure he incurred some of this debt too. I'm sure he was going to the restaurants and going to the dinners, and I'm sure he wears designer clothes and has some designer items too. But my thing is, why did it take you so long, bro? I mean, now this is when, and now it done blew up, okay? So now it's just messy, it's all get out. Y'all know when they first announced that they were getting a divorce, it was a whole bunch of stuff going on. I guess Kim was asking that he get drug tested, okay? Because allegedly he takes part in some recreational activities that are legal in some states. Kroy's over here talking about she got a gambling problem. He wants full custody of the kids, okay? Then there was a report coming out that Brielle was left in the car at some point a few years back when Kim was gambling. I guess Kim was gambling and she wasn't, you know, Brielle wasn't old enough to go into wherever she was gambling at or whatever, right? And so she done went and did her gambling and left Brielle in the car, I guess, for a couple of hours, allegedly. And she was just sitting there while her mom was gambling. Like, that's when you know you got a for real problem, right? There's been receipts that have shown their bank accounts that have literally shown the withdrawals for all of the gambling that she does. So Kim has literally been living it up, child, okay? So now, Kroy done kicked Kim with the good cat out the house, okay? According to recent reports, okay? The police were called, okay? And then now, fast forward a couple days later, he is now asking for them to allow them to sell the house. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever they get from the house is gonna help, but is it gonna really go to the debt? Because what I'm trying to figure out, if you guys follow Kim on Instagram, and I do, I've followed her for a while, but I didn't really follow or pay attention to what she was posting until this shit came out. And then I've been just kind of checking out the posts and shit, right? And Kim has been selling a lot of her own and Brielle's like high-end items, like purses and shoes, things that have never been worn, things that have been worn once, slightly used, or whatever the case may be. Some very, very expensive ass shit. And it's giving us a look, if you watch those things, into just how much they were spending on dumbass shit. My thing is, if you're selling a Chanel bag for $4 grand, like where the fuck did the $4 go? Did you actually sell it? Because I ain't see receipts. I ain't see nobody say, I want that. I'm gonna send you a DM. I'm gonna send you a Cash App. Or where do I send the money? I ain't seeing none of that in the comments when she was putting that shit up there, okay? So Lord only knows if she actually really sold any of those items, right? But my thing is, if you did sell any of them, where the fuck did the money go? Okay, because y'all still owe the electric bill, child. Okay, in the thousands of dollars. What is it, $4 grand or some shit like that? Y'all still owe the electric company. Like if the lights get shut off, I mean, what y'all really gonna do? Then Brielle's got all kinds of debt too. You know what I mean? Probably living, following her mama, okay, right? And so she owes Amex, I believe, Amex over $12,000. Like, this is just fucked up for everybody. You know what I mean? And what's so sad about the situation is they're both just a hot mess express. They really don't even need to get divorced. They actually just need to stay together and just try to do whatever they can to pay this shit off, okay? And try to do it as amicably as possible, okay? Because the reality is, when you get married, whatever the fuck shit you incur during the course of your marriage, okay, that's y'all's shit, okay? So both of them are on the hook for whatever happened during the course of their marriage, and that's really what it boils down to. So they can sit here and be combative with each other and do exactly whatever they've been doing that we've been seeing in social media, but at the end of the day, y'all both on the hook for every single thing y'all picked up debt-wise throughout the course of your marriage. And clearly, this is a lot of shit, and I'm sure this is not just what they owe. I'm sure there's much more out there, but these are the things that are public because they done sued they asses for the money. The other thing I'm really upset about, and that really annoys me, is just how incredibly delusional Kim with the good cat seems to be, okay? Literally, if you look at her Instagram right now, and it might be expired by the time y'all watch this, if you're watching this after I've recorded this, like tomorrow, okay? You would see that she is still, you know, out doing her thing, okay? She was actually recently reported out and about, you know, wearing a little outfit, wearing some Louboutin shoes and shit, bitch. Why? You didn't think you could sell? They not on the market, you're not trying to sell them shit. You owe people money, bitch. Literally out wearing her ring. She's still going out, having a good old time. Brielle's with her, you know, she got Brielle in tow, okay? Just out here just acting as if everything is just fine and gravy when we clearly know it is absolutely not, okay? We got popos being called to your house. You done been kicked out your house a couple of times, okay? It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. And I'm trying to figure out why she feels she needs to put this face on. Then the other side of it is too, y'all know she made an appearance on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I'm gonna ask y'all a question about. She made an appearance on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I know all that shit was going on then too, because this shit's been going on for years. So y'all made an appearance. You made an appearance on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they're asking her how you doing and all that kind of stuff, and she's literally with her delusional ass still saying everything's gravy, I'm doing well, everyone's doing well, the kids are doing well, and you know, just perpetrating, just playing a role. And it's like, I know them bitches were sitting there looking at her like, bitch, we know what the fuck's going on with your ass. What? I'm also wondering where her rich friends are, okay? Who? I mean, maybe that's who helped her every time she got out of foreclosure, because every time she went through a foreclosure, okay, and got out of it, then she'd put up some Instagram post or whatever talking about F y'all, and y'all, I'm not losing my house, F y'all, I can't believe y'all, you know what, y'all know how she is, just perpetrating like a motherfucker, just period, perpetrating, okay? So I'm wondering who helped her out of those situations. There ain't no way they just came out of that and just had the money out of the clear blue sky, okay? Because if that was the case, come up with the money for the rest of the shit. Y'all, I'm trying to figure it all out, okay? It's literally two delusional people, okay? And maybe Kroy wasn't delusional before he got the good cat, okay? Before he got the cat, okay? And clearly got hooked on it, okay? Because y'all, it's a hot mess, y'all, okay? Now, I know there were some, you know, rumors going around that she might, because she made her appearance on Real Housewives of Atlanta, come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, which, by the way, is a whole nother situation, okay? But there were rumors going around that because she made her appearance that they might be thinking about bringing her ass back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm kind of curious about what y'all think about that. Let me know. Would y'all want to see Kim on the show again? But allegedly, those rumors are not true. At least right now, as I'm speaking to y'all, allegedly, that is not the case, because Real Housewives of Atlanta is allegedly, according to B. Scott, going and getting a entire reboot, like a complete recast, okay? And y'all, they got the fans in a whole uproar. That's a whole nother story. The saddest thing about it is that their kids are involved. They're seeing all of this. I'm sure they've seen all of this. Lord only knows just how much they've seen behind closed doors. Like, we're only hearing what is made public when the cops are called. I mean, there's body cam footage of Kim and Kroy. There's footage of Kroy talking to the cops, like, you know, just spilling all the tea, okay? And they're just sitting there recording the ish, and the shit's just being put out on social media. But imagine what the kids are having to see on a day-to-day basis in that household. Like, I cannot imagine just how toxic that shit is for them. So if anything, I feel absolutely horrible for the kids, because I mean, y'all, like, it's just, this is terrible. So imagine what they're seeing for real. Like, you know, they're seeing the real raw, the shit that we really don't see. See, this is when that cat will get your ass in trouble. Okay, this is when that good JJ gets you caught up. I'm saying, anyway, y'all, I'ma need to know your thoughts on this entire situation. Comment down below. Let me know. Do y'all feel bad for Kroy? Okay? Did y'all feel bad for him at any point? Do y'all think he's a victim in this situation? Do you think he's just as much of a culprit in this situation as Kim is? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Also, let me know, would you guys want to see Kim back on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Another thing I was going to ask y'all, okay, because we're now talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, we might as well bring it up. Now that I've mentioned the fact that they're talking about doing an entire reboot of Real Housewives of Atlanta, who do you think they need to get rid of if they are going to only get rid of a few? Because from what I'm hearing two sides, right? I'm hearing that they might get a complete reboot, as in they're going to get rid of the entire cast. Now, here's the thing. Of all 15 seasons of Real Housewives, right? They are the worst performing season of Real Housewives, period. Okay, literally they tanked this season, and y'all, ain't gonna lie, I watched it, okay, and it was absolutely horrendous, y'all. It was the worst season ever, and the ratings literally showed exactly like none of y'all motherfuckers watching that shit. None of y'all watching that shit. Look, them ratings don't lie, child. Okay, so what I want to know from you is, if you had to pick a cast to keep, okay, of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, who would you keep? Okay, or do you think they need to just recast the entire Atlanta season? There's also talk of the fact that they're not going to shoot until they know for sure. They're not going to shoot Real Housewives of Atlanta until they know for sure they have the right cast for that particular season. So it might take a bit of a hiatus, which is a whole nother situation, right? I've also heard just recently too that Portia's playing hardball, okay, that allegedly she's being approached to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that she's playing hardball with them and saying, look, y'all gonna have to come up on that bag if you want me to come back up in Real Housewives of Atlanta. But there's also conflicting reports saying otherwise, okay? So who would your perfect Real Housewives of Atlanta cast be if you had to keep a few castmates? If you have some suggestions of some newbies, comment down below, let me know. If I had to pick one person on the show that probably was the worst decision that they made, in my personal opinion, okay, I would have to say Marlo. When they gave that bitch the peach, I already knew the show was gonna tank. Y'all, Marlo was the worst part of this season. I have no idea why she irked my damn soul. There was just something about her presence, the storylines, the cattiness and the bullshit. There's always cattiness and shit. That's what we watch it for, right? But the shit she was tripping off of, I was like, Marlo just shouldn't even be on this cast, okay, to be completely real. I know people have talked about Nene coming back. Honestly, I don't want to see Nene back. I think Nene it's done. The Nene storyline is tied. Okay, personally, I don't think Andy's trying to do none of that. I don't think Andy's gonna revisit Nene at all. I think she done burned her bridge with getting back on the show, okay? I'm always gonna say I'm here for Kenya being on the show. I think she makes good TV, especially because she's the comeback queen, okay? And if you put the right cast together, okay, and maybe you have your little, you keep Kenya, okay? I think she makes good TV, at least for now, okay? I'm trying to think of who else. There's just certain people I don't think need to be on the show, like Sonya. I feel like I mean, Sonya was cool. She was aight, you know. But being the brand that she is, I just don't feel like it's a good look for her. I think she needs to stick with doing what she does. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any issue with her. I just feel like, I think the show kind of just brings her down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because she really works with some major brands. You know, she has some real deals going on, and I just feel like it just, it kind of cheapens her brand a bit. You know what I'm saying? Candy, y'all know, you know, I don't know. Candy, I think her storyline might be tied, but with the right mix of people, Candy and Kenya might be alright sticking on and staying on the show, but they gotta get rid of Marlo. Bitch, take the peach away. Give her a motherfucking apple. Give her a motherfucking banana, bitch. I don't want to see Marlo on the show no more. I wouldn't mind seeing Portia back. Just one season, just to see how it would flow. But I'm saying, in addition to that, there needs to be some other castmates. Like, get rid of Sonya, get rid of Marlo. Who else is on the show? Just get rid of everybody else and bring some newness on the show. We need some fresh storylines. You know, we need some fresh drama. If this shit's gonna survive, okay, we need fresh. Nene ain't it. That shit's done, okay? And even Candy for me is on the fence. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm always gonna say Kenya should stay. Okay, I'm always gonna say for right now Kenya should stay because she knows what she's supposed to do. She knows the assignment. Okay, Drew is I'm gonna stick with what I said. Okay, I'm sticking to Kenya. I'm sticking to possibly Portia. Those are the two for sure that I would for sure bring back, and then bring a whole new cast back in. But that's where I'm at. Anyway, holla at you, girl. Let me know your thoughts down below. My phone is ringing. It's the hubby. I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. I'm gonna let y'all go while you guys are here. Thumbs up the video. If you guys have not subscribed yet, go and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below, okay? I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. I told you I'll be back. I'm back, bitch. Love y'all.